Clause 8 of Rule 20, the unfinished business is the question on suspending the rules, and passed Senate 1278, which the clerk will report by title.
Senate 1278, an act to designate the federal building located at 985 Michigan Avenue in Detroit, Michigan, as the Rosa Parks Federal Building and for other purposes.
The question is, will the bill suspend the rules and pass the bill? So many as are in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Developing tonight, TikTok, the incredibly popular video sharing platform, takes a blow from the U.S. House of Representatives.
Yeah, a broad bipartisan group of lawmakers voted today to ban TikTok here in the U.S. The vote rocked the 170 million users who use TikTok here in the U.S., a lot of them urging lawmakers to reconsider, but Congress fears TikTok is a security threat because it's owned by a Chinese company.
Omar Lewis has been monitoring the developments. He joins us live from the news center. Omar.
Yeah, Micah and Sandra, the bill overwhelmingly passed in the House by a vote of 352 to 65. It now heads to the Senate, where its future is unclear. Meanwhile, TikTok supporters, they're calling the bill a violation of free speech as they fight against the potential ban. The news spread like wildfire across TikTok on Wednesday.
Now we should get concerned.
The bill needed 2/3 majority, which obviously you can see it got.
Just make them know that you do not support this TikTok ban.
As lawmakers in the House of Representatives overwhelmingly voted to approve a bill that could lead to a nationwide ban of the social media app used by 170 million Americans if its China-based owner, ByteDance Ltd., doesn't sell its stake.
Our intention is for TikTok to continue to operate, but not under the control of the Chinese Communist Party.
Their concern is that the company's current ownership structure is a national security threat, with the Chinese government able to gain access to the data of American TikTok users anytime it wants.
We must protect our national security and help keep America's private data out of the hands of our foreign adversaries. I urge support of this bill.
ByteDance has long denied that it could be used as a tool of the Chinese government and says it's never shared U.S. user data with Chinese authorities. TikTok recently sent out a notification urging users to contact their lawmakers and speak out against the potential ban. They even gave them the number to dial as the hashtag #KeepTikTok took off on the platform. Some lawmakers received so many calls they had to turn off their phone. TikTok supporters say the bill is a violation of free speech.
Biden, don't take away the app. Let us keep our silly little TikToks where we can make friends, where we can laugh, and maybe where we can get some voters out to actually vote for you.
And I think it'll die in the Senate.
The Senate would also have to pass the measure for it to become law. Lawmakers in that chamber indicate that it would undergo a thorough review.
I would look at the Constitution. What is the role of the government here? This is not our job to do this. And I think there should be a broader conversation about the role of tech and consumer data, but it's got to be applied across the board here to every tech.
If approved, the bill would give ByteDance about 5 months to sell TikTok. Otherwise, it becomes illegal for app stores like Apple and Google to make it available for download. Meanwhile, President Biden says if Congress passes the measure, he will sign it. That's the latest here live in the newsroom. I'm Omar Lewis. Sandra, Micah, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Omar, thank you.
First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the whole elect, preaching His word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there learning silence and staying in order. Okay, so we just saw big news this week. They started this with in Canada with Bill C, I believe it's 367, where they're making it illegal to preach the word in the corners because it hurts people's feelings. Now they're going against TikTok. And one of the persons in that video made a point. They said that, if we're gonna ban it against TikTok, we're gonna have to go across all platforms because it's not the only one. pretty much any game that you download you have to go through a one of those accept terms, and all of those terms require you to share your data. So what they're saying is you might as well, go across all apps and all platforms, And if sharing data is illegal, then why does our own government require these things, right? But that's not the point. The point is that they're trying to use these laws and these scare tactics to take away your freedom of freedom of speech, which in turn will go to the famine of the word. See, the cards are being placed where they need to be in order to, for the Lord to bring out the MOTB, right? I believe that, the famine of the word will come first and then the MOTB, because, this is just me speaking as a man, because, you won't be able to defend against the mark of the beast if you don't have the word to back it up. You see, without this word being out there, people can't say, hey, look, verse this, Revelations this says that, you shouldn't take this mark or whatever. So they got to get rid of this word. And you see it. You see the rumors of wars happening right now at the same time, right? Let's go for a few precepts here. We start off at Amos, because I go straight to the point. It says Amos 8:11, behold, the days come, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see, because in the book of Isaiah it talks about that knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. You see, without this stability, people will desperately do things to save their lives, right? So, you had your chance. The windows of mercy are closing. You have the chance right now to repent, learn, study, so you could have this understanding for it to be the stability of your times, right? But once this is removed, your windows of mercy have shut, and you pretty much got to fend for yourself. At that point, everybody's gonna want to save themselves, and they're not gonna know not to take the mark. They're not gonna know any better. So pretty much, you'll be fending for yourself. That's a scary thought. It's a scary thought to be on your own. See, the people warn you. See, like TikTok has a lot of bunch of folly, right? It has people who dance on it. But then there's people that be on TikTok that push out truth things, like, exposing things, right? And they know that is the most watched platform besides YouTube. And YouTube's been censored for a while. Where you can't say keywords, but TikTok, there is no muzzle, so to speak, right? It's just free for all. It's just one way to, stop this truth from coming out. You see, there's some truth in there. There's some people in there throwing some false information. But at the end of the day, the Lord's going to shut all of it down. Whether it be true or false, true, false information being pushed out, you're not going to get no information eventually. I'm going to go to Psalms 74. Verse 9. We see not our signs. There is no more any prophet. Neither is there among us any that knoweth how long. Right? There's going to come a time where you can't run to somebody and be like, hey, what are the prophecies? What is the order? You see, there's going to be a time where there's going to be none of that. Let me read it from the top. We see not our signs, right? Which is the times You know, how to discern the times. You know, what's next, what's going to happen, what's the prophecy saying. People in gross darkness, that's what's going to happen. Since there is no more any prophet, neither is there among us any that knoweth how long. That's a scary thought, man. To know that there's a God, right? Because at that time, people are going to know, hey, man, there really is a God. But it'll be too late. You see, they're going to be searching for this truth, man, and will not find it. This is Isaiah chapter 5. Start at verse 5. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste, and it shall not be pruned, nor digged. But there shall come up briers and thorns, and I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. Right? I believe that the vineyard is the church, man, the people. You know, the places of gathering, right? Because wine is synonymous with doctrine. You see, when the Lord takes away the protection of the vineyard, right, and it goes away, and then thorns grow, you know, you're not gonna be able to get to it. Verse 6, and I will lay it waste, and it shall not be pruned, nor digged, but there shall come upon briers and thorns, and I will also command the clouds that they rain not upon it. Verse 7, for the vineyard of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant, and he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold the cry. Right? It's gonna be a drought. And of the Lord's vineyard. Let's go to Micah chapter 3. Start at verse 4. Then shall they cry unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings. Thus said Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai concerning the prophets that make my people err. Right? This is for the Christian church, right? Those happy-go-lucky, feel-good assemblies on Sunday, pork-eating assemblies, right? It says that bite with their teeth and cry peace, he that putteth not into their mouth, they even prepare war against him. Therefore, night shall be unto you, and ye shall not have a vision. Right? Imagine you being in Christian church all your life, and then you realize that it was all a lie, and that you was incorrect. And the time where it comes for you to get understanding, and you realize that those people, those men out in the highways and byways in those corners have been telling the truth, and have have been diligently preaching his word week in and week out, and now you can't find them. It's a scary thought, right? So verse 6 again. Therefore, night shall be unto you, and ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, and ye shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be darkened over them. You see? Because these churches ain't really teaching prophecy, man. They're not. They're not teaching Yahweh Shai. And that's how they make war with him, because they're going against his truth, man. Going against his truth is going against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And Christianity ain't it. They can't break down Revelations or Daniel's, or, they say that the Old Testament is old and it's done away with. You basically declaring war. Right? Because if you ain't teaching it 100%, then you're teaching it wrong, and you're scattering and not gathering. But these churches don't have it. They can't break down prophecies like the man of the Lord, from the head apostles on down. This Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See, thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. See? They're not in the right spirit. And the Lord's going to remove that candle from anybody that ain't doing it right. And the time's coming, man. You see it on the laws. You see it on how things are moving, right? And I praise Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that, he put me in the right path, under GMS to properly understand the scriptures. Right. I'm gonna make this one too long, man. I hope this is edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there, learning in silence and staying in order, I say to you, Shalom.